sun has just risen. You can see it washing. Look at all the foam. And I think I'm just going to be in my winter woolies for another day. Let's talk about my coastal grandmother look. I have this beautiful linen, this one, and I just think it is amazingly gorgeous. A friend of mine gave it to me a few years ago. I think she made a tablecloth out of it, but I don't think she really used it. So what I want to do is make a dress. I want it kind of big and loose and everything that is perfect. And then I will make a slip underneath it. I love slips. They always make the dresses fit better. I've got my coffee in my cute cup that my friend gave me. Let's go and work. I'm not sure if I'm going to do V or just a boat neck. Either one of those. I want the sleeves always cut on. I like it that way. But then what I feel like doing, this Japanese trend that I've seen, where they basically cut all of that all in one, and then they add the dress to this part. And I don't want it to be too long, like calf length. And little pleats. And of course always inset pockets, and those pockets are going to be too low up there. So it's very simple, but I think it will be extremely effective. So many months later, and I've still been dreaming about my coastal grandmother dress. And I've realized I have commitment issues. The stripes are going to run this way at the top, and they're going to run that way at the bottom. And I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut. Okay. Okay, I've drawn the line out where I'm going to cut. So it's going to go like that. That's the bottom part. And the whole dress will be pleated onto this. So I'm coming up on the side because I don't want it to hang points. And then I'm cutting the back. And then afterwards I'll take the two pieces apart and then cut a V for the front. Because I want a nice V in the front. And then for the shoulders, it's just going to go like that. And then I'm going to add a piece on there with the stripes running that way. I usually like to do piece binding around the neck, but this linen needs a facing. So I've got these pieces of fabric that was like table runners and stuff, and I'm just using that for the facing because it's more stable. And then I will just put some soft Vilene on this just to give it a bit more body. And the bodice has been cut out. It's all cut out. I've done the pockets also in that white. And there's my dress. Now I just need to make it. And I've tied on the coastal grandmother dress. I've ironed on the Vilene on the facings or the interfacing. And now I'm going to put it all together. But first I'm going to pin my facings onto the front and the back. So this is usually his chair that I'm sitting on. And he's not liking it. So now he's trying to take over my sewing space. Okay, I've overlocked right around. And I'm now going to sew the shoulder seams together. Usually I would only overlock the shoulder seams and sew them together and then do the rest. But this fabric is very loosely woven and it's actually unraveling as I'm working. When you do facings, don't be shy to iron. It really makes a difference if you iron open the seams first and iron the facing flat. It just makes such a difference in your final presentation. You can see I fold it over and I'm now going to iron the facing right around and then I will sew it in that line. The top is finished. I've given it a little sleeve and now I can add the skirt, and I've made it so I can wear it front as a V and that at the back or the other way around. And I like things like that because then if you spill on your clothes you can turn it around. I have pinned all the pleats. I'm going to do box pleats on the skirt. Good morning. Sorry for the noise in the background. Trying to get some washing done before the power goes off. And I am busy with my coastal grandmother dress and I'm doing box pleats. So with a box pleat, you pin where you want your pleat and then you sew pleat down. And I want my pleat not to be too deep. So it's just going to be the length of that pin. And then when you're finished, you actually just iron it flat like that, and that gives you the perfect box pleat. all my pleats and I'm now going to sew it. Just straight stitch, and I'm going to put my machine on 3.5, because if I make a mistake then it's easy to unpick, and if I don't have to unpick then I can leave it like that. It is chaos in here because look at how the wind is blowing that washing. I had to stop doing my washing because it's literally blowing it away. But I want to show you my dress. It's just sewn on, it's not overlocked or anything, but I love it. Still have to cut it straight at the bottom. Love the V. And as I said, I made it so that I can also wear it with the circle part in the front. This hem has a rust mark because this used to be a curtain. I am just going to do the hem according to this rust mark. So with my facing, I like to do it like this, a zigzag, and then on the front I catch it so you can't see it really. Just small little stitches. There you can see one of the stitches. But that makes the facing lie down, and at the V I just strengthened it a little bit because there's a lot of strain there and I did have to cut it V cut on that side. What I do when I do my facing like this, if you can see there's like the zigzag stitch, I like to stitch on the right side. And I use my ref of my fabric. So if the fabric is woven like that and like that, I will go in one thread of fabric. And then I pull it through, but not too tight because you don't want it to form a ridge. And then I come out with my needle diagonally. And then instead of going just there, I go back because that kind of anchors the stitch. And I keep on doing this about 1/2 centimeter. Oh, see, I've now pulled it too tight. So just pull your fabric straight again. So 1/2 centimeter, and then I go 1/2 centimeter that way. And then going back again. And 1/2 centimeter. And I keep going until I've done the whole facing. This way, I'm just going to turn it around. When you have your dress on, actually the facing lies flat without having a pronounced ridge. You know, sometimes when you sew it down with your sewing machine, you can actually see the sewing line. Now I'm going to press it afterwards and then it will just look like I have a normal facing over there. And that is how you keep your facing down.